we got a lot of work to do. Today I'm going to share with you guys my all-out beauty routine. This is what I like to do when I want to pull out all the stops, when I really want to feel my best. I do this mostly for like special events. Today I'm actually just doing it for a date night. Why not? Right now I'm not looking so hot. My hair is actually filthy because I went running today and I haven't washed it. So it's a little bit sweaty, a little bit disgusting, but I'm gonna show you how I actually like to style my hair when it is, you know, not looking the best to make it look fresh and pretty. And then of course, I'll be showing you my go-to makeup when I wanna look my best. A portion of today's video is also very kindly sponsored by Zip. The Zip Halo, which is their microcurrent device, has been a staple in my routine for the last couple of months. I've been loving it, especially when I wanna take that extra step. It's a device that really gives you those instant results. So I'll be showing you how I use that today as well. We're in my bathroom right now because we are first going to be tackling the skin prep, which is arguably the most important part of this routine, because when I really take my time with this and I hit all of these steps, my skin just naturally glows and looks really fresh and fabulous. So before I start anything, I'm actually just gonna cleanse my face because I'm actually wearing SPF and I want my face to be completely clean. So I'm gonna go in with my Naturium Purple Ginseng Cleansing Balm. Then I'm just gonna wash my face with a hydrating cleanser. This is my Holly Frog Tashmoo Water Lily Milky Wash. This is one of my favorites for more of like a gentle cleanser. All right, now I have my bowl. I've got my ice cubes and I'm going to do a face ice bath. A little ice bath is such a great way to just wake up the skin, depuff, especially if you're feeling tired or a little bit inflamed. There's nothing like dunking your head in a bowl of ice water. It sounds very unpleasant, but it actually feels amazing. And I don't just do this on my special occasions. I actually try to do this not every morning, but on the mornings where I feel like I just need it. And it is like the perfect pick-me-up. So it's just a great little extra step. You could also use an ice roller, kind of does the same type of thing. So I like to dunk my face for 10 seconds at a time, and then I do it about like 5 times, depending on kind of how I'm feeling. Honestly, just makes it feel like my skin has just been tightened up. Okay, now we're gonna go into my new favorite skincare device. This is the Zip Halo, and it's a microcurrent and a nanocurrent device. It essentially sends low-level electrical currents, and I know that sounds scary, but I promise it's not, and it really doesn't hurt, into your face, into the muscles on your face, and it helps to stimulate them and literally give you that lifted look. But what's really cool about the Zip Halo is that it doesn't just have the microcurrents, it also has the nanocurrents, which is a much gentler current that you don't really feel. So it actually works across the entire spectrum, so you're able to get so much more than just that lifted look. It also helps with acne, it helps with fine lines and wrinkles, clearing breakouts faster, it helps to calm inflammation, it boosts collagen, and it even helps your skincare absorb better, which is pretty cool. I'm first gonna take my Zip Crystal Gel. This is a conductive gel. You can't just use this on your bare face, nothing will happen. You need to have a conductive gel underneath in order for it to actually work. So you wanna take a pretty generous layer and put it all over the face. And they have an app that you can use that has all these different programs that automatically connects to your device. So it shows you exactly where to put the device for how long, so you don't have to guess and feel like you're doing anything wrong. So I'm gonna do the 6-minute instant gratification program. We're gonna press start treatment. The beeps mean that it's ready to go. So you basically just glide the device over the skin. I'm really just following what she's doing. And if you're wondering what it feels like, there is like a little tiny bit of heat, and then you'll sometimes feel the muscles in your face twitch a little bit, which is definitely a very strange feeling, but it doesn't hurt at all. And I'm honestly a baby. The lift you will see immediately. If you do want to see more of those long-term effects, then you do need to use this consistently. That's really the key to any skincare device. You can't just use it once a week and expect to get those like crazy results. You really do have to be consistent with it, and that is the key. But I just want to show you, I just did one side of my face and I haven't touched this side at all. And there is an obvious difference. Like my eyebrow is higher on this side. I feel like I just look a little bit more snatched on this side. It's wild. Okay, we're gonna even it out now. treatment is done. Super quick, super easy. I'm just gonna wash my face one more time and then we're gonna move on to the makeup and hair. We are not yet done with the skincare. I'm just gonna put on 2 more products before I get into the makeup. And they're both gonna be from Merit. These have been my 2 new favorite skincare products for makeup prep. I'm first gonna apply the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is a very, very, very unique product. Honestly, I've heard such good things about this for quite some time, but I was always a little bit hesitant to try it. I'm just always hesitant to try any skincare from like a makeup first brand. I've always been that way. I don't know why, but I'm kind of kicking myself for taking so long to try this product because it is stunning, especially for before makeup. It's a super, super liquidy, almost water-like serum. And it's almost like a water texture and an oil texture came together and had a baby. So when you first start to apply it, it feels super lightweight, kind of like I'm applying water to my skin. And then when I start to rub it in, it starts to get just a little bit more oily. So it feels so hydrating. And there's 3 different types of hyaluronic acid in here. So it's super, super plumping and it really just makes your skin glow. So once I massage that in, then I go in with my Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This one is a very lightweight moisturizer, which is what I prefer underneath my makeup. I don't want anything too heavy. And the combination of these 2 just makes my skin feel so silky soft. And like I said, just makes the perfect base for your foundation and everything else to sit on top of. Okay, now that the skin is officially very prepped, I'm gonna go in with my base. Even though I want this to be more of like a full glam look, I still want my skin to look very natural and not too overdone. So I am gonna go in with a skin tint and not a full coverage foundation. This is my Milk Hydro Grip in the shade number 5. This has been my go-to foundation for the entire summer and it's not changing anytime soon. It's still my absolute favorite and I actually really love applying this with my fingers and really just like working it into my skin to just give me that very, very natural look. I just want this to give a very lightweight, even coverage to my entire face. I don't want it to completely blanket out. And because of all of the prep that I just did, it's like sinking into my skin so easily. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my concealer and I do like to be a little bit more liberal with this because I didn't apply that much of the skin tint on my face. I kind of allow myself to go a little bit crazier with my concealer just to add some coverage where I want it. So underneath my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, on top of my nose, and around my mouth. This is the Say Slip Tint Concealer. It's also very natural looking, so it's not gonna look super heavy at all. And I'm gonna blend this in with a brush just so that I can keep the coverage there. This is my 08 Katie Jane Hughes in Spectrum brush. It's so funny how the definition of like going all out has changed so much for me over the years. Like maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago when I wanted to go like all out and do something that made me feel my best, it was always very, very intense, full coverage, heavy glam, which I still love, honestly. That's just not how I necessarily like feel my best. And even when I do want to go more all out, it's so much more natural than I ever would have gone back in the day. Now it's like more like I'm putting in all the steps to make my skin look the absolute best and just like really taking the time to enjoy the process. And I feel like that to me is what it's all about. And it's less about like just piling on as much product as possible to feel my best. Oh my God, I'm loving how this base is looking though. My skin is looking on point. Okay, now I'm just gonna very lightly powder my face. I'm gonna use this Say Slip Tint Undetectable Bake Setting Powder. This is my new favorite setting powder. It has risen all the way to the top. It's at number 1. It is as lightweight as something like the Kosas Cloud Set, but it's so much more blurring, and especially for such an undetectable, like lightweight powder. Pretty impressed by it. It also has a little bit of a glow, so it doesn't completely mattify the skin, which I really like too. So I'm actually applying that with a precise little fluffy brush. This is the Rephr 33. It's small and fluffy, so I can really be very precise with where I want to apply it. And I'm just packing it on underneath the eyes and essentially like all the areas that I just put that concealer. I'm also gonna put some on my lids. Okay, now we're gonna contour and bronze, which is probably my favorite step. I feel like this is the most transformative part of the makeup process. I'll really take the time to properly contour, which is not something that I do every day. So today I'm gonna use this Victoria Beckham contour stylus. I do like this because it is so small and precise, but really any contour cream would do the trick. And I'm just going to draw this where I want a little bit more shape to my face. I'm putting it on my cheekbones, on my nose. I'm Also gonna put some in the crease of my eye. And I love using this around my lips. It gives a very pouty look without you even needing to go in with lip liner. Although I will definitely be going in with lip liner. It kind of sets a base, which I love. I'm just gonna blend. Okay, so that just gives a little bit of structure to my face, and now I'm going to go in with the actual bronzer. I'm gonna use my favorite powder at the moment. This is the RMS Beach Walk Betty. It's great because it is super, super glowy. I'm gonna use a big fluffy powder brush. This is just a NARS powder brush to apply this. I want this to be way more liberal in the application. Like I don't want it to be as sculpting as the cream that I just applied. I just want like an overall warmth to the skin. And I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush and sweep this in the crease of my eye, kind of where I put that contour, just to get warmth in there as well, because I'm not gonna do anything on my lid other than a little bit of shimmer. So I still want like a little bit of something in the crease, and a bronzer is always a good go-to. Okay, now for blush. I cannot get enough of these Katie Jane Hughes Soft Smudge Lip and Cheek Sticks. They are so beautiful. They're soft matte creams, and they just give like such a gorgeous airbrushed color to the cheeks. I really do like to apply this on the back of my hand first rather than putting it directly onto my cheek. I feel like it just doesn't blend out quite as nicely as when I apply it on the back of my hand. The color that I'm using is Soft Orchid, which is kind of like a berry shade. I'm just working it into a blush brush, and then I'm gonna stamp it on the cheeks. Okay, I do want a little bit more of like a precise glow on my cheek. So I'm going to use this new product from MAC. This is the Skin Finish Light Struck, and it is in the shade Double Gleam. It's a liquid highlighter. It's very subtle. It's definitely not super intense. I'm taking like the teeniest, tiniest, littlest amount. Look at how pretty that is. And just popping that right on the tops of my cheekbones. This is like a very serum-y highlighter, so it really also just like melts into the skin. It's not like a thick cream, which I like a lot. I also like mixing this in to my foundation. Okay, for the eyes, we're keeping it simple, but obviously have to put a little bit of sparkle on the lid. Love, love, love these MAC Dazzle Shadows. This is in the shade Everyday Sunshine, which is a sparkly champagne. I'm putting it on the back of my hand first, dab it on the lid. I don't really want it to be super opaque. I kind of want more of a dusting of shimmer. So I've actually been really loving putting a little bit of like a burgundy reddish brown eyeliner in my waterline. I find that it makes my eyes pop like crazy. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner in Pillow Talk. So I'm gonna line my entire eye with this, my upper waterline, my lower waterline, and maybe even a little bit on the outer corner of my upper lash line. But I'm telling you, like, no matter what your eye color is, this type of eyeliner, anything burgundy brown, is going to make your eye color pop. It looks great with green, it looks great with blue, with brown. It is like such a good color. I'm gonna curl my lashes, and I'm gonna apply my favorite tube of mascara. This is the M Cosmetics Shape Shift, and I'm gonna put this on both my upper and my lower lashes, which is also a little bit different for me. Especially with the tube mascara, you don't have to worry about it smudging or going anywhere. Love, 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 love. I love how this makes my eyes look. And I love the combination of the black mascara with this like burgundy red eyeliner. I just find that it's such a pretty combo. I did get it all over my eyelids as I normally do. So I'm just gonna let that dry before I flick it off. For brows, this is a new product that I've been loving. This is the Anastasia Micro Stroke Brow Pen in the shade Medium Brown. It's essentially the tiniest, teeniest, littlest little brow pen I've ever seen. It is so small. I love a brow pen because you can get so realistic with the brow hairs. It really gives you like very realistic looking strokes, and it will last you all day. It's not gonna smudge or really go anywhere. Like, look at how good those brows are. Oh my God, I love. We're pretty much done with the base. I'm going to lock it all in with my favorite setting spray right now. This is the RMS Radiance Lock Setting Mist. For my lip, I'm gonna put on Merit Bespoke. This is the perfect contour lip liner because it's sheer, so it just gives like such a nice shadow on the lips. Okay, and for my lip, honestly, we're just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna put on my Milk Pomade in the shade Quench. A nice glossy lip. I love these so much. They're so gel-like and just hydrating and glossy. Look at how good that looks. Makeup is done for right now. Now we gotta move on to the hair. And I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this hair because like I said, she's dirty. So definitely needs to be restyled completely. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you how I do my faux blowout. And for that, I gotta use my steam pod. My hair is actually not looking as oily as I expected it to look, which is a good thing. But even still, I'm gonna put in some dry shampoo. This is the Crown Affair, the dry shampoo. I love this because, ooh, it's loose and you apply it with a brush. So to apply this, I basically just part my hair where it's a little bit oily. So on like the crown and near like the top section, and I just pat it at my roots. And I don't find that it makes my hair feel gross. And it also helps to give you some extra volume, as you can see. So I love doing a faux blowout on like second day, third day, fourth day hair because I'm able to get like that really fresh blowout look while using a straightener and not a blow dryer. The key to doing this technique with a straightener is to use a straightener that has hot plates on the outside. As I'm flipping it, it's going to hit the outside plates, which are also hot, and it's gonna help form the hair. There's a couple that are out there that have this. The Steam Pod is one of them. T3 also has a new one that just came out that has those plates on the outside, and I believe there's another one that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I'll link all of them down below just in case you wanna check them out. So I'm first just going to spray some of this Orbe Heat Protectant. This is the Gold Lust. I take like a medium-sized section, not too big, not too small, something like that. Start at the top, and then I curl the strainer inwards. And I curl and twist as I bring the strainer down. And then when I release it, it gives me that blowout like curl. It's super easy. And I basically just switch between curling it underneath and curling it on top. So the opposite way. By curling it like this or like this rather than like this or like this, you're gonna get that bouncy blowout effect. I feel like that was a really scientific explanation. I don't know why that just felt so hard to explain, but I think visually you can really see. So for this piece, I'm gonna curl upwards. So I'm just twisting it up. And by going back and forth, by curling it up, curling it down, curling it up, curling it down, it's gonna look just more natural and effortless. I also like doing it this way because I do have curly hair. It helps me smooth out my hair at the same time. And as you guys know, I mean, I love the Steam Pod because of the steam. The steam is life-changing. It adds some hydration to the hair as you're straightening it, makes it so much shinier, makes it last so much longer. I mean, look at that. And it's not even done. I do have bangs that I need to style properly. So I'm just gonna blow dry those. I kind of just like to blow dry them on both sides so they kind of just sit in the middle. And then I take a little clip, I push them together and clip it. And then I take hairspray, spray it, let them cool down. And then when I take the clip out, they'll kind of be set like that. You can even do that to the outside pieces too. And as a little final touch, put some hair oil through the ends. I really like this one from Vegamore. It's the Hydrate. Okay, let's take out the clips. Whoop, whoop. Do another spritz of hairspray. Here's the final hair. Here's the final makeup. We are all done. That is it for my going all out routine. I'm now officially ready for my date night. I'm feeling good. All I gotta do is put on a fresh outfit and then we're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my full routine. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments as per usual. Hit thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.